Hey everyone, I'm back with another gameplay video with Domain Zoo. I'm playing the same list I played for Prelim. This is kind of like the solid 75 I've been playing recently. So um, we've got, basically in the flex slots, I'm playing 2 Hexdrinkers, 1 Dromoka's Command. Um, I do still like Hexdrinker. I think it's good for those kind of mid-range grinding matchups, and sometimes it's just good as a 1-mana threat to curve out. You know, you can play Hexdrinker and then a turn 2 threat, and it's just nice. And he's a good early game and also good top deck, because if you top deck him with 4 mana, then you can right away play him and then give him protection from instants, and then threaten to like basically take over the game the following turn by making him 6/6 protection from everything. We did 1 Dromoka's Command. That's just because there's been a lot of Urza Saga around in the format. I think it's good. It's also good against like Murktide, Unholy Heat, things like that. It can be a real blowout card in certain matchups with even against Bolt too. With if you have like brawlers or something that get bolted, then you keep them alive and have opponents sacrifice a Fable or have opponents sacrifice a Urza Saga or something like that. So I found it to be pretty useful. We've also got 4 Nishoba Brawlers. For a while I was playing 3. I don't know. I like Nishoba Brawler. Like, I know people say it's a 2-drop that dies to Bolt, but I'm going so heavy on threats that a lot of times our turn 1 play is going to eat the first Lightning Bolt anyway. So it's kind of like you end up where your Brawler getting bolted. It happens less often than you would think, just because we are playing so many threats. So I like the 4th Brawler. I think it's just like keeps things clean, consistent. So that's why I'm doing that. And then the sideboard, sideboard's pretty much the same. I have gone down to 1 Hidetsugu Consumes All, and that's just because I noticed I felt like Hammertime and Prowess, and there's really like low to the ground food, Asmo food, low to the ground decks with a lot of permanents, like 1-drops and stuff, have really like fallen off a lot. I know Hammertime's obviously always around, but it's just we have other answers for Hammertime. So that's why I went down to 1 Hidetsugu. Obviously, Hidetsugu is good against Rhinos. My thought was I'd rather have the first Teferi than the second Hidetsugu against Rhinos. And, so this Teferi is also good against Control, against Cascade, can be good against Murktide, things like that. So I'm down to 1 Hidetsugu, and everything else is about the same. We've got, our Artifact Hate. I still like Natural State over Wear Tear. You can play either one, but I found with Wear Tear, I have lost games to like Amulet Titan by not being able to destroy an artifact for 1 mana. So in my opinion, like I like Natural State for that. I understand that some people say, well, you can't use it against stuff like Leyline Binding. You can't use it against like more expensive enchantments, and I get that. But realistically, usually the only artifacts, enchantments I care about are like Amulet, like Urza Saga, and then like Hammer, like things like that. So that's what I bring this in. We also have the 2 of Terra Sunder. That's also good. Artifact Enchantment Hate, and I also like that it can double late game as just kind of anything removal. So that's also for those kind of matchups. And then I do have 2 Remands. Now, this is a card that I've liked a lot. It kind of depends what your meta looks like. I think it's really good against stuff like Omnath, against Yawgmoth, against it can be good against creativity. It kind of just depends. Like, it's if you're running into a lot of decks that are trying to like build up to have like 3 drops or more, then I think Remand's really good, and it helps us in some matchups that are a little rough otherwise. Like Yawgmoth can be tough, and so can Elementals. But I'm excited for the Lord of the Rings set. Once it's online, which it should be shortly, then this is really just a placeholder for Reprieve, which is the exact same text essentially as Remand, but instead of countering, you're targeting the spell. So it gets, just like Subtlety can get around, like Veil of Summer can get around Cavern of Souls, like things like that, then it'll allow us to do that as well. So it just makes, and it's also white, so it's a little easier on the mana. So it just makes it much better against things like I said, against Omnath decks, which play Cavern of Souls sometimes. Against Amulet Titan, it's better because then you can reprieve the Titan even if they have the Cavern out. So against Yawgmoth, it just doesn't make that much of a difference. But so it's basically just like strictly better reban. So I'm excited for that, and that's kind of like I was testing this just as kind of the placeholder. It depends on what the meta you see. If it's a lot of really efficient decks, then Remand's not that good. If it's a lot like low curve efficient decks, but if it's a lot of like big mana or combos or things like that, then Remand can be very good. So that's this is kind of like the 75 I like playing. And I'm going to take us through an MTGO prelim. That's 4 rounds. And I'll see you guys for round 1. If you enjoy this kind of content, you can go ahead and subscribe. And I'll see you guys for round 1. Okay. Starting off with round 1. Looks like I'll be on the draw. This hand's fine. We got a bunch of threats. We're going to keep. We draw a fetch land, then we play our Nacatl into Kavu. If we don't, then we'll probably just play a Triome, but we'll see what the matchup is. Looks like Hammer. There's our Esper Sentinel. I don't think we want to bolt the Sentinel right now. We kind of 2-for-1 ourselves, although we don't have an answer. So our other option could be to just play our Nacatl to block in case they go Hammer. It's kind of like if they get a Hammer in play, I'm in a bit of trouble. Decisions. I guess if they get a Hammer in play, I'm just going to have to start chumping things. But I could just hope that they don't have another spell. Let's go try them here. Okay, they get the Giver. Get the Hammer. Okay, here I'm expecting a Pure Steel Paladin next turn. I'm not expecting them to have something else. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bolt the Sentinel now to keep their artifact count down. And I'm going to pay the tax. Then we'll pass the turn. Next turn, hopefully we can start actually playing stuff out. But I think we have to play a little bit as a control deck here to slow them down. Okay, it is what we thought it would be. I think we'll play our Kavu first. Can't really double spell here. Last card in hand is probably not another Hammer or equipment. Could be a land. Okay, there's the aid. Again, unlikely they have a Hammer in hand. Okay, third land is good. Do want to watch our life total? I think we'll just start with we'll probably get a basic plains, I guess. Then we want double green though, which is kind of annoying with our hand we have. So I might just fetch shock here. But then we're gonna be basically dead to one Hammer swing. Okay, I think we do want to watch our life total. We could loot away one of these cards, though. Maybe Hexdrinker. It's just not that relevant in this matchup. Decisions. What we're going to do is play the Scion. And then we're going to loot away this Hexdrinker. And we'll go from there. So we did already play land this turn, so let's just play this Nacatl. Okay, get the drum. I don't think I care that much about that. I guess they can get a third artifact now. Okay, I guess I do care about that. I don't think they have enough mana to do it all, though. They can't kill me. Swing for 12. He'll get stub. I definitely have to loot something else away here. Loot away Brawler. Because I can swing for 9, but then he controls 3 or more artifacts, so he can equip to Nexus and then give protection. But he can't do it sorcery speed, so he'll lose flying, so I can still chump it. I just need different colors. I guess he get protection from green, and I can't do anything. So I gotta keep Scion back. Okay, so we're gonna attack with Kavu, loot away Brawler here. I think we need the land, because we need another green source, so... Just trying to think here if I want to... If I'm even going to double spell, if I want to loot away the Brawler. I think I do. It's kind of like, do I actually plan on holding up this stub, though? Probably. Do I want to loot away Nacatl? I don't know, I'm probably just going to be chumping things, so... Yeah, it's not that good. I guess it's kind of awkward here because I'm probably gonna have to chump with this creature. So I definitely need to hold blue mana up. I guess I'll just play a Kavu. I mean, it's kind of annoying if I just have to chump with the Kavu instead of Nacatl, but... I still play best threat even if I'm gonna have to chump with it. Wonder what their last card could be. Could still be like Spell Pierce if they main deck. It's Kisaga. Hope that's not relevant. Animate the Nexus. I think I'm just dead, right? I guess he can just animate it again. Yeah, I'm dead. Yeah, I didn't find the answer I needed. Yeah, I played this too conservatively. And it's hard to win this game without like a binding. Like Spell Pierce wouldn't have made a difference here. Yeah, and you give it protection from colorist, so. Okay. Wait, what? I think he misclicked. Oh, he gave it protection from colorist, so the hammer falls off because you can't equip the hammer. Nice. Nice work, buddy. Okay, there you go. Concede punt. Good, I didn't concede. Yeah, so if he gives a collection from protection from colorless, you can't attach the hammer. So, okay, I should remember that line because that actually worked out really well to keep Scion back. All right, so we ended up winning against Hammer thanks to my opponent's punt, but I'll take it. Okay, against Hammer, we don't want Hidetsugu. We want the artifact hate. We could bring it to Fairy. It'll turn off a lot of stuff. We can bounce Saga. Dromoka's is good. I don't think Hexdrinker's that good. I could re-enchain, but it's kind of awkward with Hidetsugu, so I don't love that. Let me see what I usually board in here. I took it Ragavan, Nacatl, Hexdrinkers, 1 WD, 2 Tribal Flames. I know I've misstepped, so we'll take out 2 Tribal Flames definitely on the draw. So it's kind of slow, and we're trying to play more as a control deck. And then this has me taking out like trimming on 1 drops because of Hidetsugu, so something like this. You could argue that Monkey on the draw is not that good against this deck that plays like Mem Knight sometimes, but I think this is fine. I like Brawler in this matchup because sometimes they'll try to chump and you can push damage through. Dromoka is definitely good, so I think we'll go with this. We got Hidetsugu, we got Tear Sunder, got Stubbs. It's a good hand. So maybe we can get them to overcommit and then kind of blow them out with Hidetsugu. There's the aid. So you get a lightning bolt. I don't know if we'll use it, but we could if he tries to equip something. Probably go Stoneforge Mystic, and I might use lightning bolt on that at the end of turn. There's the Saga. There's what he's going to do. So yeah, we're going to bolt this end of turn. Grabs a hammer. Okay, we didn't draw a second land, so I'm tempted to tear asunder this Saga now to set him back. Only because the other option is I can try to put a Brawler down, but that's going to allow him to make a token. Do I care about that, though, really? He doesn't have a 1-drop in hand. I guess the downside is... the downside's potentially if I don't draw a third land. But do I really want to use the Tear Asunder now? I kind of do to set him back, but it's close. If I want to just play a Brawler, it gets a threat on the board. But it's like I have Hidetsugu to deal with the Saga. And like whatever he gets. I think I'm going to just go Brawler now. Obviously, it's bad if I don't draw a third land, so... But I'm going to apply some pressure here. I can't really do much this turn besides just make a token, so... Okay, now maybe we're in trouble. I think here we just have to hold up Tear Asunder. I could try to stop him from making a second token. If I do that, he can just put in the Yawgmoth, so... Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe I was supposed to just Tear Asunder that Saga. I guess now I have to hold up. So now I'm just hoping for a land to be able to hit Hidetsugu. Okay, so I'm gonna make a second token. So I'm Let's see if he has another land. He could have protection spell, and I die. But I guess I can't really play around that at this point. Yeah, I guess I just died a protection spell. So yeah, maybe I should have played that differently. Does he have it? Probably. I might just exile the Nexus because I have Terra Sunder. Do I die? Yes. Okay. GG. Need the third land, but I guess I should have just played conservatively and killed the Saga. But he still would have had Nexus in play and been able to play Hammer. So, although on this turn I could have, no. Okay. He just had it. I had Hidetsugu, didn't draw the third land, and here we are. I think we just run it back the same list. So yeah, I could have Terror Sundered the Saga, it would have set him back, but he still played the Nexus, so he still would have been able to like animate the Nexus basically. Maybe he wouldn't have had enough lands though to animate it, and he did have a second Saga though. Like maybe he animates it and then I can stub the Hammer somehow. Or maybe I could have Terra Sundered. Could have Terra Sundered the Aid. I don't know. I guess I would put myself in position to be dead a permission spell, but I think just missing that land drop was pretty bad with Hidetsugu. I don't know. I'm not really sure what else I was supposed to do. If I had a great way out with what my opponent's hand was. But now we'll be on the play for the first time this matchup. We have Monkey on the play, but we don't have... I mean, I think this is a keep, but I don't think playing Monkey on the play, because he might just play Sentinel and I trade it, and that's not great. So I think we'll just lead with Triome with this hand. Could potentially dash Monkey next turn. Depending on what I draw. And then hold up Stub or something. There's his Aid. Okay. Okay. Exile Hallowed Fountain. Cool treasure token. This is from the new set. Interesting. I think that is the logo from the new set. Lavinia. I could just bind his Aid now. Because or else I'm not going to be able to cast Binding, so I guess I have to do that, huh? I'll take this trade if he wants to trade. Of course he doesn't. And now we pass. Second Aid. See if he tries to hammer. So he could have a permission spell or a protection spell. Doesn't have a hammer in hand. Yeah, we got a lot of stubs. I'd like another threat, but we have a lot of interaction, but the subs aren't that useful without another threat. We do get Ginger Brute. He could block for us. So I think we want him. Maybe Gari to hold up Stub and Tear Asunder. It's more important. But he can at least chump. I guess maybe he has like 2 more hammers. Do I care about this? Probably. So he slow rolled the hammer, so does he have a second one probably? Nah, just lose. I wouldn't lose. I still have Tear Asunder in hand, so. I think we will block here. Gets the Mystic, okay. See what he tries to grab. The hammer. Okay. Bolt the Mystic, dash Ragavan. Do I really need to bolt the Mystic? I bolt the Mystic, dash Ragavan, hold up Stub. Or I could just trade my Ragavan for the Mystic because I have so many of them. I'll give him a chance to trade. Because I have another one in hand. Of course not. He could already have Cauldron in hand. Could have a permission spell or a protection spell. Do I actually need to bolt this Mystic now? I guess it's bad if he has, what, like 2 more hammers? Like he could go... He probably has a protection spell. He could have the 3rd hammer in hand. Maybe just bolt the Mystic now. And then hold up Stub. I don't know, we haven't applied much pressure, but we don't have very many creatures either. So if he's got the 3rd hammer in hand, I guess it is what it is. Or like he goes double hammer here and I just lose. He does. Okay. Does he have... Oh, no, I guess I don't lose yet. Okay. So you could still have permission spell up. Ornithopter, okay. Okay, what does that change? I can go to 1. At some point I need to stop dashing monkey. I think if I need to tap differently. I get a basic forest, so yeah, I should tap like. Maybe Dashing Monkey wasn't that useful there. I don't know. I mean, I haven't drawn any creatures this entire game, so like it's not that surprising that I have a hard time winning it. It's turn 6. I've only seen Ragavans and Stubs. Like, where are all my 2-drops at? You know what I mean? Go to 1, get the permission spell out of his hand. Oh. Yep. I'd say he was holding that up the whole game, but now maybe I could have with Spell Pierce. I could have blocked with Ragavan, and then yeah, we're not dead yet. I could have blocked with I could have blocked with Ragavan and then Terra Sundered next turn to try to play around Spell Pierce. Yeah, that was probably a better line. Although again, I thought his hand was a different permission spell, so I think it would really make a difference. Need a something. All right, GG's. Yeah, so I guess I could have played around Spell Pierce, but then I would have been able to play Brawler. I would have been dead to second hammer anyway, but that's probably unlikely given what he had. So I'm not sure. But yeah, we had a lot of interaction, but we didn't have deep pressure. So turn 8, like Lavinia, I guess is good to turn off Binding. It's kind of narrow. We have other hate cards, but in this case, I guess it did force me. I don't know. It's just frustrating. Like, I think I keep that hand. Maybe I should have just played turn 1 Ragavan. And yeah, I mean, he did slow roll the hammer, so that was like good on him, I guess. But so he had 2 hammers in hand, and then he found one with a Stone Forge. And then he probably had a bunch of permission spells up the whole time. So, but I don't know. Like, I think I can look at this one and be like, oh man, I should have played it better. And maybe there were like small windows to do that. Like, did I need to lightning bolt that Stoneforge? Maybe I was kind of worried he had Cauldron in hand. Like Cauldron in hand plus protection spell would have been very bad for me. So that's why I used the terrace, and I used the binding when I could on the aid. You could say like, oh, you should have saved it, but I don't think so. Like waiting till turn, I have 5 lands, like might never happen. In this case, it happened on turn 8. Yeah, yeah. Like I don't know. Played aid turn 1, Lavinia turn 2, and then what? Hammer turn 3, something like that. Did I have a window to kill Lavinia with bolt? I don't think I did. I think I drew it after when I was already in. And then I was dashing Ragavan every turn, but we hit like nothing useful off his deck. We hit a Ginger Brute. Not that I would hit a whole lot useful. I mean, actually, an Esper Sentinel would have been very good if I hit it off his deck. But yeah. Yeah, I honestly think that the problem was more that we just had 2 Ragavans in hand to start out, and then we just drew more interaction when we needed like pressure. And I thought like Ragavan on the play would be pressure, but again, we also had to play Triome turn 1, so we didn't get as much value out of him. And I was dashing him every turn, so maybe you can argue like dashing him is not that useful, but I was really just doing that because I had nothing else to do. So maybe I should have just like played him turn 2, not dashed him, and then I wouldn't have had to pay that mana every turn, but at the same time, I had literally nothing else to play. Trying to think of the turn that he resolved that hammer, if I had the opportunity to do something else. Like, I guess I could have played around Spell Pierce, by, like I said, waiting till my turn or waiting till his upkeep to try to smash that hammer. But the problem with that is just felt like he had multiple protection spells up. I mean, he had 2 cards in hand. I felt like they were probably like Surge, and I mean, it ended up being Spell Pierce was one of them, but I don't know that waiting. I was playing around Surge, not Spell Pierce. But I guess I could have waited till his upkeep and maybe, I don't know. I could have maybe sequenced that better. That's unfortunate. So we're down 0-1. I'll see you guys for round 2. For round 2, I'm on the draw again. This hand's fine, so we're going to keep this. See if my opponent's on a Ren 6 deck, then I'm likely to lead with Heath Temple Garden. If they're not on a possible Ren 6 deck, then I'm going to lead with just probably Breeding Pool plus Nacatl. So that's because I want to make that Nacatl a 2/2 so they can't die to Ren 6 ping. So if it looks like something like Creativity, something like that's probably what we'll do. We are going to keep this. Opponent mulligan to 6. Misty. Basic Forest, Yawgmoth. Birds of Paradise. Okay, we don't have an answer for that bird, so could get out of hand quickly. Bolt off the top. No bolt off the top. I think we just want to get... I think we just want to get our Nacatl on board. I'm a little worried about just waiting a turn like to play Scion, and we'll be too far behind, and we'll be wanting to play something like Binding. So I want to get a threat on board, I think. It's hard to... We have 2 bindings, so next turn we can binding for 2. I just worry that like me not playing anything for I want to get a threat on board and apply some pressure. At least if he goes Grist or something, he's gonna have to like chump and stuff, and I can Tribal Flames Grist or Binding Grist. So if he wants to sack his birds to play to Grist, then I'm okay with that. Yep. Okay, so the question is Binding or Tribal Flames on Grist. Binding can get Beseju, which is kind of annoying. Maybe just Tribal Flames for 4. Tribal Flames is nice to go to face, though. See what he does here. Is he really thinking about sacking his birds to kill Nacatl? I'm on board. What? I'm not sure what happened there. Okay. Well, that was an exciting round 2. We are now 1-1. My opponent dropped from the event, like as soon as they played Grist, and then dropped from the event. So I'm confused what that was. Maybe they had some like real life stuff happen or something, but it was very weird because it happened like right after, like one right after the other. So like he played the Grist, like 5 seconds later conceded. So I don't know, but not the most exciting. We're now 1-1 at least. So I guess I'll see you guys for round 3. On the draw with Ragavan. This is dicey. I think I'm gonna have to ship this back just because the no green mana is too risky. This hand's okay. Let's just put back the basic planes. I think the chances I go Triome turn 1. Okay, I went with putting back the basic planes. We'll see. Depending on the matchup, I go Triome turn 1, but... Okay, looks like Murky Tease. Could also be other stuff. Okay, just go Zagoth here. Keep it simple. See what my opponent's on. Could also be creativity. In which case we will play our Scion turn 2. Savai Triome. Could be the mirror, but probably just creativity, right? Maybe not. No, I think it's just creativity. We're just gonna jam Scion here. You could get Teferi bounced. Or binded or whatever, but I've almost picked the wrong land, so that would have been bad. So I need Sacred Foundry here to get 5 types. Jam Scion. I'm just thinking it's creativity, so I don't want to get bolted. If he plays binding, he plays binding. If he just goes Teferi, it's kind of annoying, but I can bolt. I guess he could tick Teferi up. If he goes Teferi bounce, I can bolt Teferi and then hold up binding. Which isn't the worst. Looks like he might just go binding now. Yeah, he has creativity. So this is should be a favorable matchup, but we'll see. I am on the draw. I do have a lot of one-man interactions, so if he doesn't have Teferi. Go Fable here. Would also be annoying. Looks like he just has Teferi, as usual. Okay, see if he ticks up or ticks down. All right, so now we're in the awkward spot. If he has another binding, kind of in trouble, but... Yeah, Hexdrinker's actually good here because it allows me to get another threat on board. So... we need to bind Teferi, play Hexdrinker, hold up bolt/binding. Let's think about this for a second. I'm just trying to think what mana I want. If I can get a basic plains or a temple garden. Life Total doesn't really matter in this matchup, so I could go temple garden and then bind and then play Hexdrinker. I think we'll do that. Like Life Total could matter, but usually doesn't with creativity. But I'm not really applying much pressure, so we might not win this game. I'm trying not to lose this turn. Obviously, you could just go Ren, Ping, Hexdrinker or something like that, but what can you do? I'll see him play Ren on turn 2, so he probably doesn't have it. Yep. Okay. Do I want to get my Scion back, or do I want to hold up 2 pieces of interaction? I guess next turn I can't hold up 2 pieces anyway. But like without applying pressure, he could have Spell Pierce, which would be a reason to not bind right now. I guess if I draw land, I can hold up 2 pieces, so I should just wait. You draw land. So now we can go. We can do this. Brawler. And then we have Binding and Bolt up. No Fable, it's kind of weird. So he might just have Creativity in hand. Maybe he'll just jam. Okay, he gets a Ren 6, assuming it's a top deck. It's kind of annoying. Probably just ignore it. Hopefully he just doesn't have another Bolt or Binding. Maybe that's wishful thinking. But he already used one of each. Just thinking about it. So he must not have multiple creativities, or I feel like he would have jammed one. Fable here would be kind of annoying. Yeah, that's what he's got. Yep. Yep. Okay, so now next turn, let's see, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just trying to think this through. So he'll have 6 mana next turn. So he can Creativity for 2. Plus the Goblin Shaman will give him a mana. Even without him attacking. So I'm kind of in a tough spot. I think I just have to like hope he doesn't. I think we're just going to use a Binding here. And then just try to like get aggressive. I don't know. It's a winning strategy though. Could be. Let's get my Scion back. I don't know. I'm not in a good spot. I don't think we're going to win this. Unless we get like a piece of permission. But maybe this is. Maybe I could have drawn a 3rd piece. So that'd be a reason to not do this line. Let's get a 2nd red source and a 2nd blue source. Okay, we get a Kavu, which isn't that great. I guess we're just gonna lose now. Like, I don't know. You can Creativity for like 1,000,000. I kill Ren, so I think we just ignore Ren. I don't know. It's I don't know if we're winning this game. Maybe I should have just held up 2. I guess I could have held up the Binding. Oh, that's unexpected. Okay, guess that's good for me. Does he not have it in hand? I guess I still lose to Creativity for 2. I don't necessarily lose to it, but it's kind of annoying. Red, green. So maybe I should have just killed Ren there. He would have to have another land in hand. But maybe he doesn't have it with that line he just took, but he'll get to discard, draw 2, so... I don't know. I wasn't expecting those blocks at all. Discards 2 Spell Pierces. Okay. So he didn't have it. Does he have it now? Gets a Binding to get his Teferi back, probably. Okay. And then bounces one of my creatures. Or does the Binding bounce Binding trick? And then like draws cards. Is that what he's gonna do? Draw a bunch of cards. I'm okay with that if he does that. Thinking about it. I wonder if I should have killed Ren. Usually I ignore Ren in this matchup just because I have to like attack quickly. Or, you know, I have to push through damage quickly. So I think he can do the old like bounce this binding, draw a card. Okay, he doesn't know that line. I mean, if you just had jams creativity here, I guess I just lose. But good on him. It's turn 6. We didn't have enough pressure. Because now he can go creativity for 2, and I can't do anything about it. Yeah, usually we're ending this game by turn 4, but, you know, on the draw, he just had a little more pressure than I did. And Teferi's just annoying. Like, turn 3 Teferi is annoying. Okay. So just going to bounce both my cards. We're still in this. Barely. I just gotta hope he doesn't have it. The crazy thing is, I could top deck Tribal Flames here and he loses. Or a Bolt. Or no, it has to be Tribal Flames. I mean, I'm just gonna assume he doesn't have it still, so we'll just go Kavu plus Scion. I guess I could have bolted to Fairy, play like Kavu, and then like bluff having something, but he's got, if he draws creativity, I just lose, so I don't think that's worth doing at this point. Just have to hope he keeps breaking. Is he hardcast Archon territory? I think he's 1 mana away. 1 mana away. Creativity for 3. Yeah, so he drew it, finally. Okay. So I don't think he was slow rolling that. I think he actually just didn't draw it. So it's turn 7 against creativity, so it's, you know, on me for not winning fast enough. He was able to slow me down enough, but this is generally a very favorable matchup. Flusters, yes. We went remands. Maybe do we want Teferi? I feel like Teferi's not that good. Dromoka is fine. Hexdrinker's bad. He's not bad, he's just not that relevant in this matchup. Let's see what else I take out. One brawler, yeah. Maybe 2 brawlers. I don't even know if Remand's good in this matchup. This might be overkill, but we're on the play, so. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I could have played that any differently. Maybe I binded that to get that sign back too early, but I think I had to apply pressure. I wasn't applying any pressure, so I wasn't going to win that game by just trying to hold up a million pieces of interaction without a threat on board. So I think that was a fine line. Like, he ended up not having it, but okay, his hand's good. Keep lead off with the old turn 1 Ragavan. See if he's got the bolt. Do you have it? He kept 6, so he probably has a bolt in hand. Maybe he does not. Should I play land first? Okay, so he probably has Ren 6. Exile his Fable. Do I want to play his Fable? Like, The alternative is to he's gonna ping this with Ren and 6. Could get a 5/3 on board. I have all these lands in hand. I kind of want to play it. Maybe it's not aggressive enough, but I think we play it. Because, like, I can discard these lands, find more action. It's not getting as big of a threat on board, though. So there's an argument not to play it. And to just play... I think he's going to ram me every turn, though. I think I have to. Because at this point, he's going to play Ren 6. And kill my monkey. I guess you get to Fairy bounce the Fable back to his hand, which would be bad for me. But I think we get enough value out of it that this is okay. I don't know. I feel like I always like mess up my lines when I hit good stuff with Ragavan, and then I'm like, oh, should I play this? Like, maybe I should have just played Brawler there and just kept applying pressure. Because you could like Teferi bounce this, which is kind of annoying. Gotta have binding or... Okay. Do I need the lands? I think we'll discard second monkey and land. Trying to kill my monkey, but at this point, I don't know if I care. Okay, we get Plains Lightning Bolt. I think we start with attacking. Exile Scalding Tarn. Oh, is this a stupid counterspell? Yeah, it probably is. I think that's okay, though. I'm just going to Travel Flames him. You could argue to wait to this, but he's still one turn away from doing anything useful, so... And he's tapped out, so I want to get around his permission. I don't know what he's going to cast here. He's going to do much of anything. If he's just going to cast a fairy, then he's just going to lose. Okay, he's going to cast his own Fable, so he still loses. Oh, he doesn't lose. Well, he does still lose, actually. Old Transform. Oh, now he still loses. Okay, so we'll play Plains. Okay, we got there. It turns out this Ragavan card's pretty good. Maybe Remand's not good on the draw. It's kind of slow. Saves me like a turn. We'll keep it in. So he kept a hand without Bolt, with just change the equation, and he just got like severely punished for it. Green black. I could go red blue, green black. I don't get a 3/3 Nacatl, I get a 2/2 Nacatl. I think we keep this because it's got so much good interaction. Sorry, we have to go red, white, green, black. I think it's a keep. We can draw another fetch land, we'll be fine. I do have to worry a little bit about Ren 6 ping Nacatl. I have to worry a lot about that. So I could play Nacatl. I could go red blue. I don't think I have to. I don't think I'm gonna do that because I think it's just. I think I need to get red white with this because if the interaction is better. So I think. Maybe just playing Tomb Nacatl would have been fine. Like if he has Ren 6, he has Ren 6, and I just live with it. He's at least not getting like a land out of it. Because I suppose I'm not applying a ton of pressure doing it this way. Okay, so he's just gonna try to change the equation. No, he's just gonna play Ren 6, okay? So now the decision, do I need red or blue? I only have one blue spell, so I probably need red, white more. So something like this. Of course, if he just goes to fairy, then I'm kind of in bad shape, but that's like the same error. If he just curves out perfectly every game, then I'm also in bad shape, so. It's just the way it goes. Now we need a third land, or else we're probably going to just lose. And we're probably just going to lose anyway. With the turn 3 to fairy every time. Oh, it doesn't have it. Okay, it just has binding. It's not so bad then. All right, we're struggling a bit on lands. But I guess that's just missing one land drop, so it's not that unreasonable. Although we are on the draw, so we had an extra draw step. I'm not feeling good about this one. Maybe if I get another land, I will be. Don't have enough pressure, and like if he just waits a turn, has interaction up, I can't do anything unless I draw another land. He just goes for it here if he's got multiple in hand. I need some blue mana. Oh, okay. I guess the last turn I could have got. No, I need to keep mana up for this. Very mysterious. That's not what we want to draw. So now we're just gonna lose creativity on 2, unless he blocks with a Dwarven Mine, but we'll still lose to. Permission. Yeah, so he's using a creativity on 2, and I don't think I could win with that. We need the third land, basically. So we can't cast anything. Yeah, because he knows I only have one piece of permission up. Or I don't have any blue permission, I only have one piece up right now. And then Ren's going to get to 7, which is also going to be a problem. So basically I just have to hope he doesn't have it, but he's probably just going to creativity with Spell Pierce backup or creativity for 2, and then I just lose. So what did we learn this game? I don't know. I mean, I think the hand was a keep. Obviously, the lands were a little awkward. I had a lot of permission stuff. I just, you know, if I drew, I had 4 draw steps to draw a land. I didn't. So I think that was a reasonable keep. I think we just kind of mana screwed on this one. I don't know. I don't like to just blame things on, oh, you got mana screwed. Like, obviously, you could have played it better. But, like, do I ship back a hand with, like, good threats and interaction? I don't think so. And 2 lands? Like, I don't think so. Now, maybe I overvalued getting the white mana, but I needed it for binding. So if we get another land, we've got 8 damage in hand. If he just doesn't go for it this turn, then we could potentially win. But I mean, he's probably got it in hand. He's got so many cards, and he kept a hand that like didn't have any early plays besides Ren 6 and binding. So he's probably just got like permission and other stuff up. Like if I get a fetch land here, he doesn't do anything. Could I don't know, maybe in okay shape. If he just passes, I could bolt him end of turn. No, he's gonna creativity for 2. Who are we kidding? Who are we kidding? I guess we still have binding, so it's not like the end of the world. I can bolt one of the tokens and then bind the Archon next turn. Not like impossible. We have the technology. Okay, so he's gonna go creativity for 2. So problem is he gains a bunch of life by doing this, so that's like really the issue. Bolt one of them, bind the other the following turn, and I still lose. Ren's at ultimate, like you can just creativity again. Yeah, I need another land. Um um uh I don't know. I don't really have any threats. I don't know how do I bind this and then hold up Fluster for the next turn, maybe. Get rid of Tribal Flames. I think we keep Tribal Flames. I don't know. We're not winning this one. Just in time. I wonder if that was the right line, if I was supposed to do something else. I had to get a 5th type to play. I could have played Binding for 2. Oh, if he just goes creativity for 1 here with Retrace, then I'm actually in okay shape. I guess. Not really, but we're still in it. Can't fluster that. So, well, he didn't have another land in hand, but he played it. So obviously he's got permission up, or else he wouldn't have done that. Okay, what does that change? Not a whole lot. So, what do I have to do here? I have to Tribal Flames, Dwarf Token, hold up Fluster. Doesn't seem like a great line, but I think it's what I have to do. Oh, I guess I could have gotten my Kavu back. Maybe I was supposed to do that. No, I guess I can do that at the end of this turn. I mean, it's tapped out, but I need to hold up this interaction. So now he can just do creativity every turn, but he's going to run out of Dwarven Mines if he does that. I could bind right now on Ren But I can need my Kavu back. I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Discards 2 lands, so he had lands the whole time. So we got 1 blue source. Okay, 3rd Dwarf Mine. It's gonna run out of those eventually. To be expected. I guess I could have... No, I mean, I don't know. He's just going to creativity every turn. Obviously, I don't really have much I can do. Need like a Remand or something. Okay. Ugh, we're not winning this game. Just turn 7 against creativity. You never win this late in the game. You have to bluff that we have another binding. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I mean, he emblemed Ren. You can say, "Oh, I shouldn't have let that happen," but like, what? I was literally just trying to stop his combo, and his hand is like full land. So now he'll just be able to go creativity again. He's got 1 Dwarf Mine in the deck left. I can't really do anything about it. All right, well, we lost creativity, which is one of our most favorable matchups. It just, you know, what do you do? I think my hand was keepable. I think it was a little clunky with the lands, so maybe that was on me. But I think you assume that you're going to draw a land in your first like 3 or 4 draws. 3 turns. I think that's a reasonable assumption. Didn't happen, so maybe my lines weren't great. But I just didn't have enough pressure. How many Archons do you have left in the deck? 2. All right, this is unfortunate, man. This is, like I said, usually a favorable matchup. I don't know. I guess I could have played it better. I just don't know what I was supposed to do. Usually this is just like an attack face matchup, but maybe with change the equation, it's like harder. Being on the draw twice is harder. But getting mana screwed is also harder. Yeah, okay. All right, well, unfortunately, we're at 1-2. Hopefully, we can salvage a 2-2 out of today. It's not great. Not a great performance. I think I definitely could have played better against the Hammer matchup. Against creativity, like, I don't know. These games went a lot longer than I expected. So, these 2 when I was on the draw. So, you're kind of just like, what do I do with this? Yeah, we had some threats, we had some interaction, and we just really couldn't get there. Maybe I was supposed to, like I said, bind to Fairy, so he couldn't. Like, he got the creativity in the graveyard and with retrace, so that like tipped the game. But by that point, it was already too late. Like, if he had time to ultimate Ren, then that means like I was not applying enough pressure. And he didn't really do much besides just like played Ren, and then binded my one threat, and then I just didn't draw more land, so I couldn't keep applying pressure while holding up interaction, and that was the game. Okay, well, I'll see you guys for round 4. Okay, I'm back for round 4. Looks like we're on the play for the first time this tournament. It's always exciting. Move this back down here. Okay, we got a Nacatl and a Brawler. I'm gonna keep. You could argue, should I just leave with Triome to play Scion on turn 2? But I think I'm just gonna double threat. Most pressure, especially on the play. So right now we set up for turn 2 Brawler, turn 3 Scion and Triome. Depending on what my opponent does here. Is it hammer again? It is. Okay. So here we're just hoping he doesn't go like 8 into hammer. Sorry, I took a lot of damage, but can also chump if he does. So we have 13 damage next turn. If everything swings through. Just go like Stoneforge, please. Okay, fine with that. If he gets Cauldron, that's kind of annoying. Let's see what he gets. He gets Cauldron. Do I really care about Cauldron, though? It's only bad if he also has Shadow Spear, which is a 1-of in his deck. Okay, we get Kavu, too. So we can play the Triome to make him... There's no way my opponent blocks. I'm going to take 5. Just trying to think if I have lethal next turn. I think I do. I think we just attack. I guess there is a way my opponent blocks the Sentinel, so we'll push through the damage now. We could try with Flames the Mystic, but then he draws a card, and I think I'm better applying pressure here. Because he doesn't have any fly. I guess it's bad if he has Ornithopter exactly to chump the Scion. See what he does here. Saga, please just don't have Ornithopter. Really ruined my day. Oh, that's bad. Oh wait, no, it's not, because he didn't attack with it. I guess he couldn't. Think about this for a second. He'll gain, so he can't equip this at instant speed. So he's planning on bringing in the Shadow Spear. I don't know. I'm kind of confused by this line. He doesn't have any blue mana up. So like, what am I missing here? Can I just Tribal Flame's face? He'll go to 4 and then attack with Scion, and he loses. I think so. Unless Surge gives himself hexproof, but I don't think it does. I'm wrong. Does not. They have like Path to Exile main deck. Be really weird. Does he not realize Scion flies? Okay. Okay, yeah, so he's 1 mana short of equipping the Shadow Spear and attacking. Okay, that makes sense. Or equipping the Shadow Spear to Cauldron. But he could have equipped it to something here, but okay, whatever. We got there. The aggressive line worked. Okay, now we're on the draw against Hammer, so take out some of our 1-drops. So we're bringing in Hidetsugu. Let's bring in the Artifact Hate. Let's bring in Teferi, I think. I'm not sure. I don't want to go too low on threats. What am I missing here? Oh, I could bring in Chained. I don't know. I think change is just too awkward with Hidetsugu, but Hidetsugu is only one of, so sometimes you can do well by just attacking their creatures. I do like Brawler in this matchup. Maybe Ragavan on the draw is just like less good. And we just bring in like one chain or something like that. Sure. We'll try something like this. We're kind of in this matchup, we take on more of a control role, especially on the draw. Like we're just trying to disrupt them early and then finish the game. Hopefully we can. Hopefully it's not like round one where like they got, I disrupted them early and then didn't draw anything for any more 2-drop threats for the entire game, basically, till the last turn. But we'll see. Did I bring in natural states? I hope so. Yeah, I did. Okay. Brought one chained. Maybe you could say 2 chained. Because we only have 1 Hidetsugu in the deck, so I used to board in 2 Hidetsugus, but the Hammer matchup had fallen off a lot. And obviously, I played it twice in this prelim, but I do feel like Hammer is just much less common these days. So, and we do have Dromoka's Command, which is just like a very good card against Hammer, against our Saga decks. So, this one's a little clunky, but I think we keep. And what my opponent does, we'll just say whether I do Nacatl turn 1, or we're probably not going to do Nacatl turn 1 though. We'll probably just play Scion turn 2, or double spell Binding plus Nacatl turn 2. Mysterious plays mana pass. So he doesn't have Sentinel. He doesn't have Cigar's Aid. He probably just has Stoneforge. He could have Paladin. So I think we're just gonna. I don't think it's worth playing Nacatl here, right? Because let's think. So I play Nacatl. Next turn he plays Stoneforge Mystic. I bolt it. Or next turn he plays Saga. And I have a 3/3 on board, but because I can go green, black, red, blue. My Nacatl's only a 2/2, but I can have 3 types. I don't know if that's worth it. I don't know if I should just not worry as much about getting the Nacatl on board. And I could just go Scion turn 2, or I can double spell turn 2 with Nacatl plus Bolt or Binding. Decisions. Right, so let's just say I go green, blue. Green, black, red, blue, white. So green, black. Next turn, the downside of that line is that if I have to go Binding for some reason, but what would I need to bind? Like a Hammer, maybe? Let's just start with Nacatl. As weird as this is, we're about to do this green, black. I guess it's only going to be a 2/2 Nacatl, so I'm missing out point of damage. I don't know. We're going to try this. Maybe he brought in like Path to Exile or something, and he's. But yeah, 1/1 Nacatl. I mean, again, he's either got Paladin or Stoneforge Mystic or both. Kind of weird to keep not a 1-drop, but yeah, I figured Saga. Yep, I figured that. What does that change? Not much, right? So I could go red, blue, play and bolt the Stoneforge. I guess that's not really that efficient though, and I'm only swinging for 2. I don't know if I sequenced this right. Maybe I was just supposed to lead with something else. Only a 2/2 Nacatl. I'm missing out a point of damage here. That's okay though. Next turn I can go Scion and then hold up Binding, so I guess that's good. The alternative would have been playing Nacatl this turn. Yeah, I guess we got more damage in this way. Brower sequenced it. Okay, it's just going to make a construct, obviously. I don't know if he's thinking about blocking with a construct, but just in case. I don't think he would block with the construct. So I just have to watch out for protection spells. I could bind this construct right now. I don't think I care enough about it to do that. So just make another construct. And I want to hold these bindings for the actual hammer. Or the actual whatever he decides to get. Right, because maybe he just doesn't have aid. Or maybe he's got Paladin in hand. What's the mana? So maybe that's what he's going to do. Maybe he's going to go Paladin. Okay, he gets Drum. So he's got blue mana now. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Hardcast Solitude. That was unexpected. Doing this now for mana efficiency. I want him to gain life too. So we want to hold up Bolt and Bindings. That's why I'm doing this. Not really sure what my opponent's game plan is here. I was really not expecting Hardcast Solitude. But, so he's going to get 3 artifacts. You want to bind the construct now or bolt the construct now? Maybe just bolt the construct now. If he wants to use a permission spell, protection spell, he can. Maybe I didn't need to do that, actually. Yeah, he evidently didn't have it. Yeah, I should just save that for the actual Paladin. That might have been smarter, yeah. Seems like he was setting up for Paladin and Hammer or something like that. Which he could still do. Stoneforge again. Yeah, we know he already has Cauldron in hand. It's a Shadow Spear. If he pays 3, he's obviously holding up something. Okay, no. Okay. So obviously got Paladin in hand. I believe. Oh, another Binding's nice. Okay, points at 7. Do we care about any of these cards? Like, I can take the Stoneforge, I guess. And he can't equip anything, so maybe we just do that now. Get around a permission spell. Or a protection spell. Now he's got no creatures. He's got to draw more threats. Okay. Okay. I guess this is kind of annoying if he has permission spell up, huh? I don't really have a way around that right now, though. Right, he could just have one permission spell, and I'm kind of in trouble. Can't really move yet. One protection spell, I mean. We still have to go for it, though. I feel like he would use the protection spell already. Yep. Unless he's going to use it now. No. Okay. Yes, Path Exile. 3 bindings, obviously. Pretty good card against Hammertime. You bring in like Tear or something? You could have. Be very annoying. I don't think so, though. I don't think they play that. Another Solitude, maybe? Alright. Or nothing. Alright, so we got there easily against Hammertime. I don't know what my opponent was doing. Yeah, so I wish I had just played that first game of Hammertime better. I think game 2, I think game 3 I just kind of got you know, in drawing action. I think game 2 I could have played better. I could have Tear Sundered that Saga. That was smart. That was a less risky play because I was kind of counting on drawing another land. So if I Tear Sundered that Saga on whatever that was, like turn 3, then I think I could have like held out for longer. So that's definitely what I should have done instead of playing the Brawler. Because again, I want to play this matchup a little more conservatively because I am, especially post board, because like they're just faster than us, so we have to be able to slow them down. So overall, we ended up 2-2. An okay result, not the greatest. Obviously, we lost to creativity, which is always tough. But I think I could have played better against that Hammer, so I think I could have gotten a 3-1 maybe if I'd played a little better. So 2-2, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. So anyway, if you enjoy this kind of content, you can go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.